I think the biggest news that dropped on Sunday, right before we're recording here, Caris Levert is on his way to Cleveland on a deal that included only Ricky Rubio and a couple of picks. Looks like a 22 first. We see a future second. But this is a really good news for the Cleveland Cavaliers in real life basketball. They're going to get themselves another scoring opportunity, another scoring threat in Caris Levert here. But want to know the fantasy impact of this. Got to expect Chris Duarte. He goes to the moon now.
Chris Duarte probably goes to the moon. Now, remember, Domantas Sabonis has been out for a few games in health and safety protocols. He's back on Sunday. So that probably puts a thorn in the side of some of these streamers that the Pacers have had, like, guys like Terry Taylor and Dwayne Washington. However, I do still think there's a place for Terry Taylor. Now, he's not going to go off for like 25 and 14 like he did the last two nights because Domantas Sabonis hogs up the paint. However, I think we still see him stick in the starting lineup, to be honest. Like, Goga Batadze's back too, but he's a direct backup to Sabonis. So they need guys that are going to be in. So the starting lineup for the Pacers right now with Malcolm Brogdon still out probably looks something like Duarte, Dwayne Washington, who I sort of like right now as a streamer, Sabonis, Terry Taylor, and Justin Holiday. So it depends. It's either going to be Terry Taylor or it's going to be Torrey Craig. One of those guys, whoever starts, is probably going to have streaming value here for at least a little bit while Malcolm Brogdon's still out. And you figure with Caris Levert now gone, the Pacers are in full tank mode, right? So one of Sabonis or Turner is likely out the door in the next 3-4 days. So we'll have to see what happens there. And then on the Cleveland side, you're bringing in a scorer and a sort of a high usage guy. Darius Garland's been out for a couple of games. Not sure if he's back on Sunday yet, if that news is broken, but you figure like the only guys on the Cavs that are fantasy relevant are the starters and maybe Kevin Love. Like Isaac Okoro probably goes back into like having zero relevance from a fantasy perspective. Dean Wade was like a streamer for a couple of games. Like he's got no value anymore. So that's sort of how I see it shaking out. That probably doesn't affect the big men in Cleveland very much. And in terms of Levert, probably loses a little bit of value because just the team is just better, and he's probably not needed to do as much as he was in Indiana. I mean, what do you think? Do you sort of agree with that sort of breakdown?
Yeah, I think Terry Taylor, I think we'll mainly see a decrease in his rebounds. I mean, the guy's just been phenomenal, pulling down 14 and 16 rebounds over the last two games. But he's been a scoring threat. So, and with the minutes that he's seen and, upwards of 37, 38, he's getting a ton. And like what you said, with Caris Levert leaving the starting lineup, that's going to open up opportunities. So I think we could see, just based off of his performance, they could have decided to give Lance Stevenson those minutes. They didn't. They still signed him to the end of the season. But I think that they like Terry Taylor here. So I'm definitely excited to at least keep him on your roster. I think you need to definitely wait and see on that, especially with so many variables at stake here with Domantas Sabonis potentially being on the move. And, we don't know when Miles Turner, he also could be on the move. So there could be a lot of playing time opportunity here by the end of the week for Indiana. So don't jump the gun to releasing these guys just yet, because they could have some staying power here if there's some trade action.
And they only have 3 games in week 17. But if you remember back, Dwayne Washington in the beginning of January with Malcolm Brogdon and Caris Levert both out of the lineup, he was playing 30-ish minutes, 35-ish minutes per game, and he was averaging like 17 and 4 assists in each one of those contests. So if he's sticking in the starting lineup, which I expect him to do, I think he has some staying power as long as Malcolm Brogdon's off the floor.
Right. So just to quote, we have one of our action experts, senior NBA analyst, Matt Moore, has been on the beat for much of the trade talk, and he has the intel. Right now, he said he's talked to 2 executives that have said there's a better than 50% chance that the Pacers hold on to Domantas Sabonis. So I don't know. I think some dark horse team is going to come out and probably try to make a move for him, being that he's already been on the block. Between him or Miles Turner, I got to expect one of those guys are going to be traded. I don't think either of these guys are going to remain. Being that they've already sold Caris Levert, they're going to be more. I think they're going to continue to be sellers at the deadline here and potentially rebuild this roster around some of their younger talent. But on the Cavs side, just want to bring it up real quick. You mentioned that you think Isaac Okoro's minutes might be down. He is the small forward, so I don't know. With Caris Levert there, I think he's going to be playing more of the 2 guard. Obviously Darius Garland being out of the lineup has opened up more backcourt opportunities for a lot of people. But I think Okoro will still get some minutes. I just don't really like his fantasy appeal, whether he's getting minutes or not. He doesn't really do that much
exactly.
for you, right? So that's more of a nothing burger.
His lines are like 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block.
Right, exactly. So I think this is more of a, if you have Chris Duarte, like, congratulations. I think he should probably see an uptick in usage and see him kind of flourish as a rookie. Definitely one of the better value picks this year out of the lottery this year in Chris Duarte.